Hi, Miss Sugar.
I am a fan. That's why I'm here.
Okay. So good day, everyone. Okay, we are here. Okay.
Yes, I think you
First.
can kick us off, our MC for the event.
Okay. Thank you, Janine. Okay, good day, everyone. I'm Jezrel Caunca from Northwestern University in the Philippines, and I'm joined tonight by two incredible educators and co-practitioners of Futures Thinking. We have Marein, Joan, Bermudez, and Stephanie Jean Bonilla. They are my former students, and now they are teaching also Futures Thinking. And instead of giving you a lecture about the future, we want to have a conversation. So thank you for the opportunity for uh, the opportunity from the teacher of the future for this opportunity that we have right now to have a conversation uh, about why do we need to teach the future. Also, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Teach the Future because Teach the Future helped develop the Futures Thinking course at Northwestern University. Okay. So before we begin, let's watch the Futures journey here at Northwestern University. Okay. Share my screen.
Northwestern University stands at a moment when the world is changing faster than ever. For more than a decade, the university has embraced the responsibility of preparing learners, communities, and institutions for the uncertainties ahead. This is the journey of how NWU became a national and regional leader in futures thinking, foresight education, and anticipatory governance. NWU's future story began in 2012 with the establishment of the NWU Phil Foresight. Its purpose was clear: to promote futures thinking and strategic foresight in the Philippines. In 2013, NWU entered the UNESCO Global Futures Literacy Network and joined the UNESCO Futures Literacy Conference in Italy. This milestone placed Northwestern University among Asia's earliest adopters of the UNESCO Futures Literacy Framework. Between 2013 and 2014, NWU piloted its first futures thinking classes in the political science and mass communication programs. Faculty members trained using UNESCO resources became early champions of foresight. These initiatives marked the first time NWU explored using anticipatory tools inside the classroom. In 2014, Northwestern University organized Resilient Cities, Brighter Futures with UNESCO and the Lawag City government. The forum introduced anticipatory governance and sustainable city futures to local leaders and educators. Its success sparked new foresight initiatives across the region. From 2015 to 2017, NWU expanded its use of foresight into curriculum review, strategic planning, and institutional assessment. Futures tools were integrated into internal processes, shaping NWU's long-term direction. In 2017, NWU hosted UNESCO interns from UCLA and Ateneo de Manila University who supported research and class facilitation. In the same period, NWU became one of the co-founders of the Asia-Pacific Futures Network, hosted by Tamkang University. This opened opportunities for deeper engagement with futurists and foresight leaders across Asia, strengthening NWU's presence in regional networks. In 2018 and 2019, Northwestern University organized the National Futures Summit. These summits led to the creation of the NWU Phil Foresight Institute, the first futures-dedicated center in a Philippine university. The institute began applying foresight methods in education, research, and community innovation. By 2020, Futures Thinking expanded to psychology, engineering, education, business, and other programs. This cross-college adoption strengthened NWU's goal of embedding foresight in diverse academic fields. In 2021, UNESCO approved the establishment of the UNESCO Chair on Anticipatory Governance and Regenerative Cities at Northwestern University. This recognition marked a turning point, signaling that NWU had moved from teaching foresight to leading foresight in the country. From 2022 to 2023, NWU developed Futures Thinking 101 or SS107, aligned with the UNESCO Futures Literacy Framework and the Engaged Foresight Framework. In 2024, Northwestern University became the first Philippine university to implement Futures Thinking as a required course for all undergraduate programs. SS107 is now integrated across nursing, criminology, accountancy, architecture, IT education, and more. From 2024 to 2025, NWU managed the largest undergraduate futures literacy implementation in the country, with over 1,000 students enrolled each year and more than 40 trained faculty members. NWU maintains institutional membership with the World Future Studies Federation and the Association of Professional Futurists. The university continues to contribute to global futures dialogues and collaborations across the Asia Pacific. NWU's commitment to foresight has earned international recognition. The university ranked top 3 worldwide in the Woody Visionary Leadership category and top 1 in the Philippines. These recognitions affirm NWU's leadership in futures preparedness and strategic innovation. Northwestern University continues to represent Philippines in global futures dialogues. The university is committed to building capacities, shaping youth futures, and promoting regenerative leadership. The journey moves forward towards futures that are resilient, inclusive, and sustainable. At Northwestern University, we believe the future is not something we wait for. It is something we create together. This is our journey. This is Northwestern University, creating futures that matter together.
Okay, so that was a very nice video about the futures journey of Northwestern University. So we really come a long way. So maybe we can start with a simple question for this conversation. So, why are we teaching the future? Marein?
Okay, thank you, Sir Jezreel, for bringing up the question. In a classroom setting, I always tell my students this. We don't just teach the future so that they can predict 2050. We teach the future so they can understand their power today. In our futures thinking classes at Northwestern University, we don't begin with what will happen. We begin with the question, what assumptions are we carrying? So the question is vital in futures thinking because there are hidden assumptions that shapes how we imagine the future and can limit us to what seems merely probable. But by identifying and challenging these assumptions, we expose biases, avoid blind spots, and expand our view of possible, probable, and preferable futures. Once assumptions are surfaced, in futures thinking, we use structured tools such as futures cone, futures triangle, postcard from the future, and shared futures dialogues to systematically explore and visualize and discuss diverse and transformative futures. And what I notice is this. Students start realizing that there is not just one path. There are so many possible futures. And once that they do understand that, they stop feeling trapped. So, Stephanie, have you noticed that too?
Well, yes, I have noticed that as well, Miss Marein, because there's this shift from, being anxious about the future to this thing so-called agency, all right? So when we talk about futures ready youth, we often talk about, it is quite limited to talking about technology, coding, and, automation. But there's this thing that we tend to forget. We forget the human cost of the transition, okay? So many of our students enter university today, feeling this weight of pressure, okay? So in their heads, they are like playing high stake games, okay? So the game of don't fail, okay? So don't fail. They think I need to choose the perfect course, I need to have a fixed career, I can't make a mistake. Yes, those kinds of thoughts are quite overwhelming for them. So for example, for a marine engineering student, a mistake feels like, a broken engine in the middle of the Pacific. Or for a criminology student, it feels like a lapse in justice. Okay. So this pressure does not make them ready. It makes them rigid. And in a changing world, rigidity is a liability. So why learn the future? Because futures literacy is the antidote to that anxiety. Okay. So when we teach the future at Northwestern University, something really changed. We break the myth that the future is a fixed destination. We tell them, you are not predicting your destiny through futures thinking. You are designing direction. So learning the future is not just about having a crystal ball, of course. It's about having a compass. It's about realizing that, well, you cannot control the wind. You can absolutely design the sail. So we see this power in action through our activities, postcards from the future. For example, we ask our students to write to themselves from 20 years ahead. And what's beautiful is that they don't just describe the jobs that they want. They describe a world they have shaped. Okay. So they write about a world where their leadership has built trust, safety, and human dignity. They describe values. They describe impact. They describe community. And that's the answer to why learn the future. Because at Northwestern, we believe the future is values oriented. If you only learn a skill, you are replaceable by a machine. But if you learn to lead with values like integrity, resilience, justice, stewardship, you become future proof. The industry might pivot, the technology might flip, but your value to the world remains unshakable. And that's when we introduce something we emphasize at Northwestern University. The future is values oriented. So Jezreel, that is something you always say in class.
Yes, yes, that's something that I always say in class when I talk about principles of futures thinking. I always include that the future is values oriented, and let's have a more visualization of how the future is values oriented and what are the thoughts of our students regarding Futures Thinking at Northwestern University. So we will show videos from our students. So they created these videos as a way of saying that why do we need to learn about the future, and at the same time it is an artistic expression of our students of how they think about the future. So let's watch some of these video projects of our students.
Ang tamlay lagi ng simula.
Minsan palyado.
Minsan kapos.
Madalas naghihigahos.
Patuloy na umiikot-ikot sa duyan ng kahabong, patuloy na nag-aalsa.
Sa daloy ng silakbo.
Nakukuyong roon ang panggatong ng lugang hindi mabuksa.
Walang tandang numero ang namumutlang tanong na tila'y nakakubli sa anumang oras.
Saan nga ba tayo dadalhin ng bukas?
May saysay pa ba ang mga iniwan natin bakas?
Hanggang kailan kakayanin ng pusong pagod at puyat?
As the day unfolds, they prepare in silence. Each small action, getting ready, organizing their things, checking the time, is layered with unspoken thoughts and quiet determination. They carry fears that do not always have names. Fear of failing, fear of disappointing others, fear of being left behind. Some carry responsibilities beyond school, work, family, parenthood, while others carry expectations they place on themselves long before anyone else did. Yet, they face these fears gently. They breathe, they move forward anyway. They remind themselves that truth does not have a deadline, that small efforts still matter. In patience and perseverance, they learn to meet uncertainty one step at a time. The future may still be unclear, but they are learning to walk through it instead of running away. Somewhere along the walk to school, a realization quietly forms. They begin to understand that the future is not something that simply happens to them. It is shaped in the choosing to study, to try again, to show up even when hands tremble. It reveals itself in effort over fear, in daily decisions that seem small but carry weight. They are no longer just waiting for tomorrow. They are meeting it halfway. They learn that the purpose is not handed down by chance. It is discovered through courage, consistency, and faith in motion. With every step forward, the path responds. Inside the library, the noise of the world softens. This is where futures thinking begins to take shape, not as theory, but as practice. They talk about choices, about long-term consequences, about the people they are becoming. Futures thinking teaches them to look beyond what is easy now and consider what will matter later. Decisions become intentional. Growth is chosen over comfort. Some of them worry about what comes after class, jobs to return to, children to care for, responsibilities waiting at home. But still, they stay. They think together. They imagine futures not just for themselves, but for those who depend on them. Futures thinking changes the way they decide. They no longer ask only what is easiest now. They ask, What kind of future does this choice create? In moments of service and leadership, they catch a glimpse of who they want to become. They hope to be people of substance, grounded, compassionate, purposeful. Some dream of becoming doctors, psychologists, leaders. Others simply hope to remain kind in a world that often forgets how. They know the path is shaky, doubts still appear, but they treat growth like a ladder, one step at a time, climbing even when the top is not yet visible. They act today with the belief that nothing done with sincerity is ever wasted. Hope no longer feels fragile, it feels practiced. If they could speak to their future selves, or to the students who will come after them, they would say this: be gentle with yourself. You do not need to have everything figured out. Rest when you must, but never doubt your capability. The quiet efforts matter. The mistakes are not failures, they are proof of becoming. Thinking about the future, they realize, is an act of love in advance. Their choices today ripple outward, to their community, to society, to the planet they will one day leave behind. Caring for the future means acting responsibly now, choosing empathy, protecting what still has time to heal. Hand in hand, they move forward, not fearless but faithful, not perfect but present, not just hoping for a better tomorrow, but actively creating it.
Okay, so that was a very nice video from our Futures Thinking students. So what struck me the most with their presentation is when they said that look beyond what is easy now and think about what will matter in the future. So that line is so powerful to me because choosing what is easy is only natural. It is human. But choosing what matters requires awareness, courage, and responsibility. That shift from comfort to consciousness is where real leadership or real agency about the future begins. And when they say that look beyond what is easy now, we are recognizing that the biggest traps of the present is short-term rewards, and easy choices often give instant satisfaction, but they do not always build the future that we truly want. So uh, it is a good show of character formation of our students. Uh, do you have anything to add, Stephanie and Marie?
Well, for me, the line, the fear of being left behind. So, as a teacher in futures thinking, I really felt that personally. It reminded me on what my role is and the importance of my role. It is to help students anticipate change, build resilience, and actively engage in shaping the future rather than simply reacting to it. And Stephanie?
Yes. Maybe if there's one thing that I remember from that video or from that presentation, I really like how they put the focus on themselves as well. That even that while they are trying to make a difference or a positive change in this world, they must also not forget how they should look upon themselves as well. So resting, even especially in this generation where resting feels like something that makes us feel guilty. Okay, so I like how they put emphasis on that when while we take care of the world, we must also take care of ourselves. Yes, that's I think one of the sweetest thing I have heard.
So thank you for your thoughts. Let's watch another presentation from our students on the importance of teaching the future.
Hey, Chad. Do you think I have a future?
I want you to know that no matter what you're feeling right now, you are not alone. Every single person has moments of doubt and fear, but those moments don't define you. They're just part of the process, part of what makes you stronger and more resilient. Even in your darkest moments, there's a spark inside you that's capable of incredible things. Believe in yourself even when it feels tough, because you have so much potential waiting to be unleashed. Your journey is uniquely yours, and every step forward is a victory. The future is full of possibilities, and I truly believe that your path will be amazing. Just keep going and know that I'm rooting for you every step of the way.
Malayo pa. At parang ayoko na. Mga salitang paulit-ulit mong maririnig sa isang estudyanteng pagod na. Pagod na, hindi dahil sa pag-aaral, kundi pagod na dahil sa bigat ng pangarap.
Okay, so I apologize for that. Let's share it again.
Hey, Chad. Do you think I have a future? Hey, Chad. Do you think I have a future?
I want you to know that no matter what you're feeling right now, you are not alone. Every single person has moments of doubt and fear, but those moments don't define you. They're just part of the process, part of what makes you stronger and more resilient. Even in your darkest moments, there's a spark inside you that's capable of incredible things. Believe in yourself even when it feels tough, because you have so much potential waiting to be unleashed. Your journey is uniquely yours, and every step forward is a victory. The future is full of possibilities, and I truly believe that your path will be amazing. Just keep going and know that I'm rooting for you every step of the way.
Malayo pa. At parang ayoko na. Mga salitang paulit-ulit mong maririnig sa isang estudyanteng pagod na. Pagod na, hindi dahil sa pag-aaral, kundi pagod na dahil sa bigat ng pangarap. Hindi lang naman ito pangarap para sa sarili. Pangarap din ito ng mga taong umaasa na ikaw na lamang ang kanilang pag-asa. Lagi kong tanong, Bakit nga ba magpapatuloy pa kung pagod na? Hindi naman nila alam na ang bitbit ng estudyante ay hindi lang naman papel at libro. Dahil dala-dala nila ang kinabukasang hindi naman sigurado. Mahirap mangarap sa mundong malawak. Pero ang totoo, ang pangarap ay hindi para sa mga espesyal lamang. Para ito sa mga handang masaktan, mapagod, at paulit-ulit na bumangon. Iba't ibang tahak, iba't ibang destinasyon, ngunit iisang patutunguhan. Magkakaiba man ang kwento, iisa ang hangarin. Ang maiahon ang sarili, ang maibigay ang pangarap sa pamilya, ang marating ang kinabukasang matagal nang ipinaglalaban. Hirap o pagkalito, alam kong kaya mo.
Babalik kung saan di na nagtagpuan ng mga matang nagkatanaw sa umpisa ng yugtong di na sana naisulat pa. Simula sa wakas na di matuklasan, babalik kung saan di na nagtagpuan ang mga matang nagkatanaw sa umpisa ng yugtong di na sana sulat pa. Sa lahat ng pahinang sinulat ng tadhana, ikaw at ikaw pa rin. Ayaw tong paulit-ulit kung babalik-balikan. Sigaw ay ikaw pa rin. Patuloy kong panghahawakan ng iyong mga salita. Di na nakikita sa tingin ng iyong mga mata. Sarado na ang puso sa nadarama. Pwede bang isipin mo kung bakit tayo nagsimula? Ikaw pa rin.
Sabi nila, mahirap daw ang mangarap. Pero sigurado ako na ang panibagong bersyon ng sarili ko ay naghihintay. Dahil alam niyang mas maganda ito kapag nandun ako mismo.
Ikaw pa rin. Ang mga matang nakatanaw sa umpisa ng yugtong. Sigaw ay
Okay, so that was a very nice presentation from our students. And my takeaway from their presentation is that the most striking part of it is how they connected that Filipino music. It's Pahina by Cup of Joe. So when I'm listening to this song, I'm thinking, or I'm being reminded that not everyone and not everything is meant to stay in our lives. So some people or anything may become a page, not the whole story, and that's okay. So what's powerful about this connection between the future and and that song is that a pahina or a page in in English, it doesn't mean it exists on its own. So someone writes it, and in our lives, that someone should be us. Oh, not anyone, but us. So we write our own page. Our past may fill certain chapters, but it doesn't get to hold the pen for what comes next. So there are moments when we feel defined by one mistake, one heartbreak, one failure, or even the expectation that was placed on us, especially to our students when they talked about their shared history, their shared futures. I can see the uh, the expectations that place to them, but those are just pages. They matter, yes, but uh, but they don't decide the entire book. So agency means recognizing that even if we can't rewrite what already happened, we still have the control over the next page, and we choose whether we stay stuck in an old chapter or gather the courage to turn the page. So when we think about our future, don't treat it as something that will just happen to you. So it is something we truly participate in. We write our own future. It's really a good usage of a song, and connect it with their visions of the future. So how about you, Stephanie or Marein? What can you say about that presentation of our students?
Well, for me, sir, just like the song suggests, um, moving through uncertainty with courage, the video shows that while the future may bring challenges that would hurt us, we can face it with resilience and strength. So this reinforces why it is so important to help students not just to anticipate change but to engage with it meaningfully, transforming potential risks into opportunities for growth. So with what the video pahina reflects also in onto holding meaningful chapters of life and the emotional journey of revisiting memories that continue to shape us even after they've ended. So it is about embracing what has passed while acknowledging its impact and who we are right now, turning painful of or uncertain moments into part of our story instead of letting them define us. So just as Pahina invites reflection and continuity despite loss, our work in Futures Thinking encourages students to carry forward lessons and become stronger in the process. So Stephanie, do you have any thoughts on that as well?
Oh, yes, okay, of course I have I have one. But it's not really about how they use the music or something. I have a different opinion on the video presented. I really appreciate how scared of them I no sorry how scared they are of the future. Sorry, how scared they are, but still, even if they're actually scared, they still try to make the best out of it. They are enjoying every moment, even if they are actually tired of all of the dreams that they have, because as they said, it's not really just about their dreams, it's about the people who believe in them. It's about the people who is also, or who are also dreaming for them, and at the same time those who are actually supporting them. So I like how they try to navigate that kind of idea, and how they try to manage their abilities and skills from that kind of setup, something like that. Yeah, that's all. That's it.
Okay, so thank you. Let's watch our final video from our students. Actually, we have a lot of videos from our students. You can watch it on the uh, official YouTube channel of the UNESCO Chair in the Philippines. We share the journey of our students through our social media platforms. Okay, so let's watch this.
Nakais instruktong dati pinagbiyak. Kitsika, tuturugang lang.
Awan sala pulos nila siyan tabiak mo. Kasa ka lang mapupukaw.
Apay nga, nakapoy lata ta pinagtitkita da kanyang. Saan ka nga darang ay nakastalang.
Han ka masaano ka sa mga pupulong. Han mo akabaylan ti doktor kada abogado.
Talon ka lang yan mo rin kaya tagadan. Babay mo lang pamilya tayo.
Tarsimidya ka na tuwa na tulong maglakay kami. Kung kaya po na siya makita ka, papananda na masyang bayam. Nabandong kami kung nagtang tumaho. Kasi nga, tulala ka lang kita pinagsuwela.
Makitak dagiti basmate ko nga nakadayudan. Kitsak. Agsasarak pa lang ti gusto nga pangasakuanak. Amuda nga tami ityak pa'y may turtulugin kapapanunod anad at pagbalbalinak. Kaslaong pa'y ti pagalak ti pigsakon. Amo ka mabanbanong kayo. Trabaho. Amo yung atamit ng banbanong nakmitin. Kahit kumit ati sumakses, siya ang magpagrugyana, ang pagpasuruwak. Kanayon da nga pagsasirita ang timasakbayak. Udyak pe ang munod dabawin na awan. Kasano nga tatagbalin nga nasayaan? No, kadaagdan ko kahit kasla nakagpapababa. Jakmet na masadot, nabandun na kung magpanpanultin. Kaslanak lang malmalmes nga jak mawatan. Di nakadimang balin nga mamrugi ulit. Kindi ito nga biyak. Kasi kaslang maliti pa nakarugik. Kahit kumit kuma, may ibagano anad malakirik na. Baka awagan da ko lang amin nga rebelde. Yun mo natangkin ulo na. Saan met lang nga diploma di kahit kung itin. Kahit na pride. Yung kasanok na lang na maitin. Pati siya awan word ko. Bain na kami na syempre. Bain na kung makakikita dagita matayo nga andam naman na kanyak.
pinagkunak iti masakbay kitay mag-uray lang. Kasla ka man grades, deadline, na inyam ng expectation at tao kanya. So idi binasak dahil nga libro, masakbay gayon kit saan lang nga mes-message tarong na. The future ko kit adu nga duma-duma nga posibilidad. Kinada kanya nga mang pili ti role na kayo kong kapanan. Dati Futures Thinking nga libro kit saan lang nga pinagawan ti buting ko. Dalanta. Imenikan na kitipigsa nga mga sangot ay inyaman nga pagbutna. Kasi iti pa nag-questionar ko at pagpagurup ko nga di umno. Kasi iti pa nag-anticipar ko iti maysa wenod adupay nga posibilidad. Kasi iti pa nagawat ko ti failure kit saan nga kabaligtaran ti success. Nudikit isut parte ti panagadan no kasano nga agbalit ti pagsayata. Abilid ko kasi estudyante, panunuti ko muna ti pagsayatak sa kabay na kagriak. At dahil iti intentions ko, mag-decision na. Pa-eskwela man, mapa-relationship man, kasla ti agbaling nga leader, kaya hindi tao nga kayat kong pagbalingan. Napanubok ko nga ti panagkulma ti future kahit saan nga mga rugitong bigat. Kung saan kahit di dagiti babasik nga garaw ko tinaldaw. Nagiti pinagdingdingig ko kadagiti pagkamalya nga pakasuruwak. Tay mas pilya kung ti bagpagi kaysa agdanan. Para kayong ti masangwanak ng bagi, kaya dagiti sulyante nga sumasalo no kanyani. Di kayo makutbuting dagiti masangwanan nga awan kasiguraduan na. O sa rin nyo dayta, panunutin nyo nga naliiyon kin ayatay nyo nga permi. Ken laglagipin yung ati masangwa ng yoke saan na kayo nga orayan. Taantan iti future mo itan nga si ka mismo't mga raramid.
Okay, so thank you very much for that video. So it is really important for the students and for the youth to learn about the future, since uh, as what we always say, that the youth is the future of our nation, and not just our nation in the Philippines, but also the world. And before we conclude this very great session this day, we would like to again extend our gratitude to to the organizers, the Teachers of the Future, the Millennium Project, for the opportunity given to us to share our thoughts about the future and why we need to teach the future. And also, we would like to extend our gratitude to our participants. We have 101 participants. We reached 104 a while back. It is great to see young people engaging in such activities. And before we conclude, we would like to have a group photo with you if it's possible. So let us all open our camera for this. Wait, I'll just remove the pin so that we can see all our participants. Okay. So again, kindly open your cam to our participants so that we'll have a good photo. Okay. Okay, so we have different slides. So just smile throughout, maybe for 3 minutes. Okay. So let's have a picture. Okay, first slide. Okay, next slide. Okay, the third slide. Okay, so I believe that's it. And for our participants, kindly fill out the badge of participation survey located at the meeting chat for you to receive the badge of participation. Okay, so again, thank you for this. You if you need to for our participants. If you need to connect with us, you can find us through our LinkedIn. So you can just search our name and see our work about futures thinking in the Philippines, especially here at Northwestern University. Again, in the Philippines, we are the only institution that offers futures thinking as a general education subject throughout all programs. So all students will need to undergo futures thinking as their core subject for all their programs, regardless if they are in engineering, political science, medical field, and so on. So again, as we always say in the Philippines, mabuhay. And this concludes our session. And thank you, and may the future be kind to all of us. See you around. Keep safe, everyone. Thank you, and happy World Futures Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Jezrel. I'm just going to leave it to Koji now to end the session for us. Thank you, Koji. You there, Koji? Okay, well, let me just end it off for us then and say, as we wrap it up, thank you for being part of this World Futures Day, and your perspective and participation made this conversation really meaningful. The journey doesn't end. We've got new facilitators and new conversations at the top of every hour, so you're welcome to stay and continue exploring it. Your journey doesn't have to stop even after today. You can continue through Teach the Future's global online youth futures community. So we are doing many campaigns for change that builds award-winning projects for futures literacy skills. You can also join the Young Voices FutureWise Institute. And you can start implementing and learnings for your future projects and even active projects. So there's a special discount code for Futures Day, and stay connected with us, share your feedback, get your badge of participation, and please fill out our survey. So we see you in the next session. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Janine. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Bye-bye.